There just seems to be too many things happening at once. I mean, that's always been the case, but seems like nothing is really improving nowadays. The job market is unstable, connection is distorted. The people you're meant to rely on are becoming more and more selfish. And these are things that are meant to carry us into the future to uplift future generations. But despite our best efforts to think of a solution, we could just sit around and talk about it. We could just sit around and vent, get eyes on us for a while, and then repeat. Nothing actually gets fixed, does it? In the past, seems like you're able to worry about more of what's in front of you. Turns out multiple ways of connecting is, in fact, a double-edged sword. On one hand, you have near infinite possibilities. On the other hand, you're just fighting for attention, fighting for what people are prioritizing, trying to become what receives the most attention at the time. But I'm afraid things can't keep going this way. Despite how much change is needed, people are staying the same. And I think it's because the need for change is not less painful. We only change when staying the same becomes too painful. It's just something rooted in human nature. History has shown us this time and time again. Times like the Great Depression, all hands had to be on deck. And with almost a desperation for change, for improvement, we were able to get ourselves out of that situation. So basically what I'm alluding to is that breaking point that's probably missing for us. A point where things get so bad and so painful that we have no other option than to find something new. Don't get me wrong though, there are people who can actually look ahead, think ahead, and course correct, but that's not a majority of the people. Many people just react to what's in front of them, never taking into account how that can affect them 2 steps down the line. It's only when those consequences actually hit that they actually care to think ahead. Therefore, people don't learn in time. But the most reliable way to change is to look inside yourself for that self-reflection. But we've normalized looking at other people and pointing out what's wrong with them. So much so that we can't take time to look inside ourselves. Perhaps that's because people find it very uncomfortable to actually pick apart what they can be criticized for and their shortcomings. We all have things to work on. There isn't a single person, I believe, that has it all figured out, that can do it all on their own. But as time goes on, it seems like no amount of advocation, no amount of teaching will cause people to pivot anytime soon. Thus, our social and economic problems need to be met with an almost painful desperation to fix things. We talked about the problems more than we needed to now. And personally, I don't want things to meet that breaking point, but if that's the only way any meaningful solutions can exist, then who am I to argue? Otherwise, we're just running in circles, doing the same things, expecting different results. And who wants that? We've had more than enough of that. Ideally, people should practice self-reflection more. But the world won't wait around for most people to learn. Our problems are just going to keep piling up. And at one point or another, something's going to happen we're not going to expect. That's just how it always worked. But you never know. You never know what could happen. Suddenly people could start turning a new leaf all at once. You never know.